Now, what I want to talk about is something you probably have not heard on the internet because this is strictly by revelation. There's a demonic sex ritual that most people are not even aware that they are practicing. And this, which was turned into a trend through the movies, has now been normalized and evolved into a lifestyle. And this is particularly amongst those who commit sexual relations outside of marriage without even having a deep understanding of what they are getting into. When we talk about Netflix and chill, it is broadly understood to be more than just watching a movie, but usually the use of drugs, the use of alcohol, the use of loud worldly music. And you must understand the connection I'm trying to make. When folks link up for Netflix and chill, it usually ends in sex. That is always the end goal. So you may ask, why is this important? And to better understand this, the first thing is this or sex ceremony has three stages of ritual that it involves. But to better explain this, you need to watch this video. These are Indian temple priests, and the first thing they do before enchanting is they get high. The same way folks get high before the movie or during the movie, leading to the sex. And the whole point of getting high is to make the spirit sensitive, is to open up the spirit. That is the reason why the priests do it. Okay, before they begin to chant and to, say all sorts, they must first open up their spirit. That is exactly the same thing that we see folks do when they link up for Netflix and chill, for group parties, the same thing that goes on in the nightclubs. Okay, there is always alcohol, there's always drugs, smoking and getting high. That is the first ritual. And just a side note, you may have heard people who were involved in drugs, complain of having anxiety or having some form of, tension. And from a mundane perspective, it might be seen as high blood pressure or the body reacting to the drugs. But on a deeper level, it is the spirit literally sending a panic note or a warning signal that it is unsafe. The second ritual practice is the use of worldly music, okay? Which, if you look at it from context, the Indian priests, that is when they begin to hum, that is when they begin to make the incantation, okay? The same way people do drugs and then they listen to loud music in the nightclubs, that is exactly the same thing. It's building the atmosphere, creating the atmosphere for spirits. You must understand that music itself is a medium to transport spirits. Okay, we can see this in scriptures where the unclean spirits that was tormenting Saul was being cast out through the instrument played by David. So when you begin to link this up, you can see the similarities between the Indian priest, temple priest, and the Netflixing and chilling, or those who go to nightclubs and all those things. These are rituals. First, you open up your spirit, open up your vessel, your soul, by taking drugs, taking alcohol, and then the music creates the atmosphere for unclean spirits. Then thirdly, they get into intercourse, and we understand that sex is covenant. So like I said, this is a sex ritual ceremony in the presence of unclean spirits, and their souls or their spirit or the vessels has already been made open. And this not only creates a strong legal door for demonic spirits, but it is the easiest way for a demon to possess or to take control over a person's soul. All in the context of let us link up Netflix and chill. And people are getting into all sorts of covenants without even knowing it. Now, if you're married and you're doing any of these things, you're giving a legal ground to the enemy over your marriage. That is why these things are being pushed all over the world. We are seeing the hookup culture. You have to be careful the trends you follow. Not everything is just vibes.